Hello, I'm Louie Trujillo, Mayor of the City of Las Vegas. Thank you, the citizens of Las Vegas. Thank you for helping us get through this very, very tough time with our water conservation and our water crisis. Since April, since the fire took place that burned thousands of acres in our watershed, rains followed that brought down tons of sediment and ash and chemicals into our water supply. We were not able to use the water in the Guainas River to replenish our storage in the reservoirs. Since then, we have taken upon ourselves several projects that will be focused on a little bit later in this video. We have asked the citizens of Las Vegas for a great deal. We have all been through so much, starting with the pandemic, with the largest forest fire in New Mexico history, and now this water crisis. Rest assured that even when the fire was burning the hottest, we were already working with consultants and engineers to figure out how we were going to address this water crisis in Las Vegas. The water crisis has taken us to a new level of thinking and the prospect of new projects to get the city of Las Vegas, 13,000 citizens, to fresh drinking water. In a bit, you will hear from our utilities director and from our consultant, Jay Lazarus, with Glorieta Geoscience, who will explain some of the projects that we are embarking on to make sure that our city has water. I'd like to thank you once again for being so patient and understanding with your leadership. I guarantee you that Las Vegas will continue to be strong, and moving forward, this is our opportunity to make Las Vegas even greater as we embark on some of the largest infrastructure improvements that Las Vegas has ever seen. We ask you to be patient. We ask you to be informed. And at this time, I'd like to personally thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Maria Gilveri, the Utilities Director for the City of Las Vegas, New Mexico. I'm here today to talk about the challenges that we've had following the Hermits Peak Calf Canyon fire and the impacts of that fire on our watershed. As a result of the fire, we had a large amount of ash and debris come down the river and impact our ability to treat drinking water for our community. So there are a few things that the city did to, one, help stretch out the raw water that we did have that we could treat to drinking water standards, and also move forward on some projects to temporarily treat water that had this higher turbidity, and in addition, then move towards more permanent solutions. So first thing on the emergency response. Thank you to the community for cutting back almost 200,000 gallons a day. Hotels have shut down their swimming pools and they've found ways to conserve water. Large businesses have also cut back on consumption. Residents have done a tremendous job. The city has been providing bottled water, which has also contributed to the reduction in water being used from a tap. So again, all of that combined has resulted in almost 200,000 gallons per day being saved that we don't have to pull from our reservoir for treatment. That has given us the extra time needed to have a temporary emergency pretreatment plant installed just adjacent to Story. That pretreatment system uses aluminum sulfate and polymer to help coagulate the sediment, allowing the sediment to settle out where we can separate the water from that debris, pump that water back up to Bradner or Peterson, and then run it through our normal treatment system for disinfection and providing it to the community. The sediment is separated out, dried, and hauled off to Wagon Mound for disposal. This project was approximately $2.5 million, and that cost was funded by the governor's office. The governor's office did help the city acquire that original $2.3 to $2.5 million so that we could have this plant installed and set up rapidly. The governor's office and DHSEM and FEMA and everybody involved will be moving forward to try and make sure that the state doesn't pay for this, the local community doesn't pay for this pretreatment system, that it is paid for at the federal level. So that 2.3 million to 2.5 million is not coming out of the pockets of the residents of Las Vegas. And we'll be moving forward with some additional projects. Jay Lazarus will be speaking here in a little while about future projects that will involve long-term solutions for the city of Las Vegas's water needs. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jay Lazarus with Glorieta Geoscience. We're the hydrologists for the city of Las Vegas, and I'd like to visit with you briefly about how the city is approaching the post-fire water supply. First of all, I'd like to say that the city of Las Vegas has the most incredibly efficient water conservation program in all the municipalities we work in, and we're really proud to be associated with the city and proud to be associated with the citizenry who have accomplished this. Currently, to provide drinking water to the city, we have a temporary pre-treatment system installed at the base of Story Dam, where we are removing the ash and sediment from the water, pumping it back up to Peterson and Bradner, and treating it again in the drinking water plant. For the long term, we will be replacing this temporary treatment plant at Story with a permanent pre-treatment plant to treat the ash and debris that we know will be coming down the canyon for years to come. Additionally, our engineers are in the process of designing another pre-treatment plant that'll be up the canyon near the city's diversion to treat the water directly from the river and put it into Bradner and Peterson, which is much less expensive water for the city to treat and move around. Our engineers are also in the process of designing a new drinking water treatment plant to be able to handle the increased sediment load that we anticipate coming down the canyon for years to come due to the fire, and to be able to handle high salinity water from other sources that the city may be deriving water from. We have looked far and wide for additional sources of both surface water and groundwater. The state engineer has helped us identify several of these locations. We have looked as far away as 100 miles away for very long, expensive pipelines to bring water from other communities into the city. We are also following the 40-year plan that the city has, our 40-year water plan, where it specifically states that we will increase our percentage of treated wastewater effluent for reuse. What the city is embarking on right now is an indirect potable water reuse project that we call Agua Pura, which we will be taking the treated effluent from the wastewater treatment plant, treating it to drinking water standards at the wastewater treatment plant with another plant to be built down there, piping it up to Peterson and Bradner, which act as environmental buffers, and the water will then be diluted again in Peterson and Bradner and then treated again in our drinking water plant. The beauty of this is that we already own the water, and we will not be taking water out of acequias or from other communities. We anticipate that we will be able to treat up to 1 million gallons a day of the indirect potable water reuse water to supply drinking water to the city. There are numerous municipalities around the western U.S. and Texas that are already embarking or already implementing projects like this. Pure Water San Diego and Pure Water Oceanside are providing treated effluent for indirect potable water reuse for millions of their customers in Southern California. And Wichita Falls and Abilene, Texas are also doing indirect potable water reuse, where the water is pumped into surface water bodies that are environmental buffers such as Peterson and Bradner, and then treating it again like we plan on doing. The beauty of Agua Pura is that we already own the water rights. We have the water rights here at home, and we will not be having to take water from other communities. We will be extending our existing water supply with water rights we already own, and we'll be able to provide additional water supplies for the city to experience growth in the future and have long-term water security. The city is also in the process of rehabilitating Taylor wells 5 and 6, and we tested them last week, and we'll be adding that water supply to the existing wells, Taylor 4, Taylor 2, and Taylor 2R, which will add additional water supplies to the city from our groundwater resources. The pretreatment system at the base of Story Lake has been producing approximately 1.3 to 1.4 million gallons of water a day, which is keeping up with existing city demand. So city residents do not have to miss any days of water. As we're all aware, the Gallinas River has been adversely affected tremendously by the fire caused of the ash and debris. The city was off the river for many months. We couldn't divert it because of the high turbidity due to the ash and the sediment coming down the river. As the monsoons have waned recently, the water in the river has cleaned up pretty much to pre-fire levels, and we are diverting that water currently into Bradner and Peterson. We don't know when the next storm will come, so we have this pre-treatment system operating continuously, and we are providing 100% of the city's water needs through the pre-treatment system at Story. Thank you very much. Mil gracias.
Hello, my name is Leo Maestas. I'm the city manager of the great city of Las Vegas. As you can see, we're standing here at the footprint of our gabion basket structures that were constructed by Army Corps of Engineers and FEMA. They were placed here to mitigate the debris and ash that entered our water supply during our monsoon seasons. With that, the public needs to know that the city of Las Vegas has a long road ahead of them. With the collaboration of our city staff and state and federal partners, the city will continue to work on our current water projects and future projects that will benefit our current residents and generations to come.
Buenas tardes, yo soy el David Ilubarril, Councilman Ward 1 de Las Vegas. Les quiero dar gracias a toda la ciudad, a toda la gente que lo han soportado por todos los crisis que hemos tenido con el agua. Estamos trabajando duro. Este concilio está trabajando duro para ser cierto que tenemos agua para toda la gente y que los den el soporte, ustedes que los den el soporte a los otros del trabajo que hacemos. Las aguas, estamos trabajando con el gobierno que lo estén componiendo el río, que tengan las buenas aguas, que llenen los reservoirs que tenemos. Ya comenzamos a llenar el Bradner Reservoir. Es un gusto para mí, para decirles que estamos trabajando duro para hacer eso. Y otra cosa es que estas cosas no se hacen overnight, se tarda mucho tiempo, pero tengan paciencia, recen por los otros y recen por la ciudad, porque la ciudad sin agua no hacemos survive. Y se tarda poco tiempo para trabajar con todo lo que hacemos. Le quiero dar gracias al staff del City de Las Vegas, el mayor, el concilio, el city manager y todos los que están trabajando para poder tener esta ciudad corriendo bien. Otra cosa es que tenemos agua, el agua que tenemos es pura, viene de la sierra. Perdimos la sierra, pero estamos trabajando duro para tener agua aquí para la gente. Pero como les digo, tengan paciencia con nosotros y nosotros estamos haciendo lo mejor que podemos para darles las aguas que necesitamos, vivir contentos, vivir amables. I want to thank everybody in the city of Las Vegas, all the employees, all the directors, our city manager, everybody that's involved, the government. I want to thank everybody, our governor that's working with us. Thank you, and God bless you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I am Michael Montoya, City Councilman for Ward 2, City of Las Vegas. And this evening, I would like to take the time to thank our community for your patience, your understanding, your compassion, and sacrifices during this water crisis. The issues have been challenging, and it hasn't been easy by no means. We are still not where we want to be, and we will continue to take measurements to assure the business and our community survives. Thank you to the governor, her office staff, all agencies, organizations, volunteers, donors, city staff, and all city employees for their commitment and dedication. Lastly, I want to thank Mayor and Council for their working together on solutions for the betterment of the city of Las Vegas. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Barbara Perea Casey and I'm your council person for Ward 3 here in Las Vegas. First of all, I want to say thank you to all the people of Las Vegas and recognize that all of you, in my view, have done a remarkable job of helping us to be able to meet this challenge that we have had with our water issues. I want to say that Las Vegas people are resilient and strong, and we're fighters, and together we can do a lot. I know that this has been very difficult for everyone, and I want to thank you because you have been along here with us, supporting us as we work for you and the city of Las Vegas. I also want to assure you that we are doing everything that we can to make sure that we overcome this great challenge. We are improving every day. However, we still have a long road to go. We want to make sure that whatever we do is in the best interests of the people of Las Vegas. We want to make sure that we can fix the situation so that we do not ever have to face this kind of challenge again. Otra vez, muchísimas gracias por toda su ayuda. Les agradezco todo. And please continue to conserve water as much as possible. We are trying to build up our water supply in our reservoirs and at Story Lake. And as long as you continue to practice good conservation efforts, we will get there and we'll do it all together. Juntos podemos hacer mucho. Thank you again. And if you have any questions, please feel free to call me at any time. Thank you very much.
As we close another City of Las Vegas water project update, we'd like to thank our residents one last time for being patient with the process and all your conservation efforts. We'd also, on behalf of Mayor and Council, like to thank our devoted staff for all the time and effort they have spent outside of their normal work duties to ensure the quality of life is preserved. Please follow the City of Las Vegas social media page along with LasVegasNM.gov for future projects. Thank you.